afternoon, ladies and gents. Welcome to Crypto Chat UK. I thought of all the stresses that have been happening in 2018, I'd give you a little bit more of a peaceful background before I start the video and show you what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to cover a few things today. Basically, something John McAfee had said, which rings very true with me anyway. And I'm going to go through some figures on market capitalization of the market today and how it's been over the last, say, 5 years. Also, percentage gains, any percentage of losses that have happened over the years. But also I'm going to go individually on Bitcoin as well. Now, I'm going to slowly go through this. So I think we should just kick in, and I'll mention to you about John McAfee anyway. Well, in fact, before I start, I'm going to show you what John McAfee had said and why it rings true with me and why it resonates with me. Okay, so if you look at this is John McAfee's statement. He says, why don't we look at the last Bitcoin? We have thousands of people to mine one coin, for example. What is that going to be worth? Maybe billions. And he says, say what you want, but mathematics don't lie. If it's not $1 million in 2020, and then he says it has to be the end of 2020, December. That's his prediction. He's going to stand by it, and he basically says also, it is another one coin for processing transactions, so run the numbers. Now, I don't know if he's right about the $1 million in 2020. I certainly think it can easily get to $1 million each. Of course I do. Whether it's going to happen by then, who knows? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe his maths is a lot better than mine. Well, it probably is. So we'll just see how that goes. But he also goes on to say, no matter what the price of Bitcoin, you cannot lose money by mining Bitcoin. Let's say the price drops to $2,000. Everybody gets out and the difficulty rate drops to 0. And you're cranking out millions of coins per day. Now, I suppose he's saying that because he's addressing this thing where people have mentioned that miners might jump ship and stop mining it. Yeah, I mean, that couldn't happen. I mean, that was just a crazy thing to say anyway. So yeah, with the thing that he said about mathematics doesn't lie, this is one of the main reasons last year that I became so bullish on cryptocurrencies. Because when I first invested, I didn't understand the market. But because I'd seen such growth, I decided to study it. And I spent night and day studying cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and the lot. I tried to get as much experience and knowledge as I could. And that's been happening over the last year and a half. But it did come to a point where I looked at the maths of it. Because people online were saying Bitcoin reach 100,000. Bitcoin can reach 500,000, a million. And I was thinking, no way. I thought you could get some gains, but no way is this virtual currency ever going to make it to 100,000. That's what I thought. So when I did do the maths, I did realise that what some of these experts and non-experts were saying about Bitcoin, when it came to what they were going to make, what it was going to get to, 100,000 is easy. Now, don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor, so if you're going to go in on cryptos, make sure you are happy to go in. You've made yourself aware of what it's all about. You've learned everything you can about it, and then you're investing in, and you're looking and sure about what you're doing. But as far as I'm concerned, Bitcoin in particular, no problem in getting to the $1,000 mark. Now, there's going to be lots of other coins, fundamental to the cryptocurrency world, different blockchains, some real stuff that's really going to help to utilize, support in the future the cryptocurrency industry. Stuff that we cannot do without. Include fiat gateways, future systems, future apps, all out there. So if you get on the right ones, you are going to earn big. Of course you are. You're going to get big gains because they're going to be around forever. It's just make sure you spot the right ones. There is the key ones that are already there. They've already got the foot on the table and they're developing at a fast and rapid rate. We are nowhere near where it's going to be yet. So really think about that. But there's something I want to go through. It's now September the 15th, isn't it? Today is September the 15th. So I'm going to go through some figures from 5 years ago right up to date. Just once every year on September. So, for example, September the 15th, 2013. I've got some notes here. It started off at about 1.6 billion. I'll try and go through this quickly. So it started off at 1.6 billion and ended at approximately 6.9. So September the 15th, 2013 started at 1.6, ended approximately 6.9 billion. Now that's a growth of 326%. Now if we go to the year after, okay, it starts off at approximately 6.9 billion, of course, in September the 15th. So that's 2014. Then ends on a low at 3.9 billion. So that is a loss of 43%. Now don't forget, we had gains the previous year to this, 326%, and it's had a drop of 43% over the year September to September. Okay? So let's have a look at the year after that. So the year after that is 2015 to 2016. Okay? Starts off the year, of course, at that low, 3.9 billion. When it comes to September 15, 2016, it is at 12.1 billion there. Okay? Now that is an increase of 205%. Okay? So at that point, it's an increase of 205%. These figures are really important, guys. So let's have a look at the year after. 2016 to 2017. We're getting close to our year now. Okay, now all the way through this there's been some big surges. There might be one year where it was up and down just in general. But sometimes we get some really big bull runs and some really big losses. I've already talked about them percentages over the years. Okay, and we're not even going back before 2013 here. We're just going back to 5 years. So if you're looking at this one, 2016, obviously it starts at 12.1 billion. And as you can see, it had some really big gains, and it had a peak here, and then dropped a considerable amount there, but was on 107 billion. Now that is still a growth. Imagine this. So from September 2016 till September 2017, we've got a growth of 787%. Guys, 787%. Right? Okay, so now we're going to look at 2017, 2018. Okay? Now, obviously, we had a huge gain here as well, and it got up to, at some point, just under $20,000 for Bitcoin, but 828 billion total market capitalization. Okay, obviously that year that I'm talking about, the September start at 107 billion. Okay, it's now today it's at 202 billion. Okay, approximately 202 billion. Now that is a gain from last September till now of 89%. Now, just look at the difference between now and 2013, okay? The percentage of growth from 2013 to today's date is approximately 12,308%. That's 12,308%. Now, that's a big number, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole capitalization that we have here on CoinMarketCap, all the cryptos that it shows here, okay? So, that is the market cap of cryptocurrencies, the total market cap. It has grown 12,308% since last September, this day last September. Okay, so that's just all the cryptocurrency loan. So you just think about that. All these highs and drops. Now, if you did get in on the highs, if you did make the mistake of buying on the highs, or when you thought you'd got to the bottom but it was still high, you've got nothing to worry about. Just look at these percentages, these figures on this. As long as you pick the right cryptos, and they are going to be there in the future, you are not going to have a problem. There are going to be some massive gains. And it is worth, if you're not invested already, investing in and getting in there. Make sure you pick wisely. Or if you're already in, you want to secure your positions a bit more and make more money, more gains, then it's worth getting in some others as well. Okay? But definitely think about it. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Okay, well, have a quick look at Bitcoin, for example. Okay, now Bitcoin itself, I'm going to move my screen down here a little bit here. Okay, so Bitcoin itself, for example, is it starts off, okay, about in 2013. Okay, that's what we're looking at here. It starts off at about 1.5 billion. So 2014. It stops at about 6.3 billion. Now that's Bitcoin has grown there at 318% in that 12-month period. 318%. Okay. So let's take the year after, which is 2014, 2015. Okay. Just get this to work now. We're just going to click on these and get them to work. Might take a little bit of time to come up on the screen. But if you're looking at 2014, 2015, it starts off obviously at 6.3. It ends on 3.3. Now this is where we had the drop. So that is a drop of 46% decrease. So don't forget we had 318% growth the year before, 40% decrease September to September 2014, 2015. So if we now bring up the other one, so we're looking at 2015, 2016, you're looking at starting the year, of course, at 3.37 billion. Okay, and you end the September to September 9.69 billion. Okay, that is a growth from 2015 2016 of 188%. Okay, now then 2016 2017, which should come up shortly, it starts off obviously at 9.69 billion and it ends at a bloody great deal more. Okay, you're looking at 57 billion. I've got down here a drop down to 52 billion. So at the end of there, 52 billion. Okay, so that comes to 439% increase on that year. Okay, so now we look at 2017 2018, so that's up to today's date, and we started off obviously at 52 billion. Okay, so down there 52 billion. So look, 52 billion, and it ends on 112 billion. That is a growth of 115% increase. Okay, so if we look at the year, if we look at from the 5 years, 2013 to 2018, that's today's date, we're looking at a gain of approximately 7,349%. 7,349% in that period. It does prove that the maths do work. It does prove that the cryptocurrency is here for the long-term future, and we are early adopters, and that it is going to go up. Okay, just widen your view, ladies and gents. Widen your view. Even if you've gone on the highs and you made that mistake, don't be thinking you've lost money, because the long-term gains are going to be huge. Don't forget, I've said it before, this market surely will be in the trillions. It is still in development. You are newcomers. You are early in the market. And you are there first, even now. You have not missed the boat. Don't forget, you've got some great opportunities now. It is really great the way it's dropped now. There's some other things I want to talk about at some point. But I don't think I'll have time in this video. This is currently how the market is looking at the moment. It's approximately 204 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 55%. Sure, that'll change. The altcoins will move around a little bit. We are on the gains. We have got quite a lot of gains. Bitcoin's gone at $6,500. I'm going to have to go, but please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button. If you like the video, then please hit the like button. If you don't like it, the don't like button. If you've got anything you want me to look at, or if you think I've tripped out anywhere, maybe my figures are wrong, let me know. But hopefully I'll speak to you soon, guys. You take it easy.